There you go. So we're going to be using these oil pastels. You guys might have the honor of opening up a new one today. Just make sure that you get rid of all of your plastic so I don't have to clean them up for you or make my homeroom kids do it. Oh my gosh, this is going to be really satisfying. They're perfect. They're in perfect condition right now, right? That's awesome. Just try not to lose the sleeve. I wanted to show you guys a comparison here of what not perfect but still very usable is, okay? You're going to have to get over this not happening for you all the time. After this, after today, they're not going to look pretty. So you guys are the honored class that gets the privilege of using these. And oh my gosh, they're already in that nice color order. And if you can't remember, you can look in here and it gives you a little clue. There's a little dot of red. There's a dot of orange on there. I need you guys to wake up over there, please. But like this person here, if it does break, and this person did not put it in the right order, it's okay, I didn't ask them to. If it does break, you just put them right next to each other in the same slot still, okay? I didn't get a paper towel. CJ, could you go run and get me oh, we got paper towel? Go ahead and tear off me a piece, please, Susan or somebody. Awesome. So since this here, I'm not drawing on the edges, I don't need to put anything below it, but this is what I meant by cleaning off our oil pastels. I'm just spinning it there, and I don't have to do the whole thing. I'm really just working on the top part right now. And it will make your hands have color on it, but don't worry, it doesn't really feel bad. It just kind of feels a little greasy / oily. Don't forget to put your name, block, and I'm putting on the date here just to help me with the grading purposes. So heavy blending. I wanted you guys to start off with warm colors, so I know that yellow is a warm color. When I start off with heavy blending, I actually kind of start off drawing lightly. Well, okay, I'll press down hard here. It's okay if you get out of the lines a little bit. Do your best to make them look somewhat okay. I am going to add just a little bit of yellow going up into this area. What comes after yellow? Orange. Wow, kids, you're so smart. Just wiping that off again before I use it. I'm going to press down hard here in the center. A little bit lighter so it makes this yellow-orange going up into the next section. This will be a really good, easy way for you guys to get back in the groove of drawing. So if it doesn't give you the color exactly that you want, you can always go back over it with the next color that you were using here and blend it in a little bit better. You can also smear it with your finger, but what happens sometimes is it removes the pastels. So you do have to be careful with that. All right, what's after, orange? Red. Ready to go. So I'm going to start by pressing down harder over here. And then blending into my orange. So what happens when I make red and orange? You get red-orange. Didn't have to invent a new color, nothing. That is my tertiary color. So red here and yellow were my primaries and orange was my secondary. Yellow-orange and red-orange. All right, do I have to keep going here? Well, let's just do it. I'll just do it. You guys are having fun watching, I hope. Too bad if you're not. As long as you guys are awake, right, kiddos? Goofy Goober, you ready for that song again? That's on then. Too soon. Too soon. Okay, I'm cleaning off my pastels over here. I'm not just doing nothing. You can see how messy my hands are already getting. That's fine. Don't freak out. If you do want to wash your hands, go ahead and use them in the room next door. But you can just use a paper towel and it does get a majority of it gone, okay? So I didn't really smear things over here. I guess I'm going to start with, got to think of my order, because green and purple, they do not blend together, guys. They just don't. You know what I just probably realized? There's probably no audio in this. I know how to do that. So I'm going to start here with violet, purple. Again, getting lighter here. Outlining the edges, trying to make it somewhat straight. Then I'm going to be putting blue. Again, I'm pressing down harder in the middle, and then I am releasing my pressure just a little bit to blend this blue-violet together. And since this little part has purple on it, you can kind of see it a little bit in there. Before I blend it with my green, because green and purple don't make poop really, but a little nasty-ish color, I had to make sure that I didn't blend any of that into my green. So if you're noticing that your colors are getting nasty, it's probably because you didn't clean your pastels. It does take just a little bit more attention to take care of that, even if the person who used them before you did not clean them perfectly for you, which I will try to get on you guys as much as I can. So when you have like a big chunk, I just try to blend that around, or you might call them boogers. So now I've got my warm and my cool colors. I'm going to show you guys how to add stippling with those dots. I just wrote pick a color to pick a color, but I have these arrows showing you that I want it going in this direction. I'm just going to stick with green and blue since I have it right here. So I'm going to be doing this, and I want it to be, or you could do circles, that's fine, or just a little to make it make your dots look bigger. So just like cross hatching, the closer your marks are together, the darker that area will seem because it's covering more area of paper. I'm starting to make my dots, marks really, that's all they are, farther apart, letting more paper come in, and I'm just going to have a few going into my next color, smaller dots. I'm going to fill in that area just a little bit. I personally find this to be very fun and quite exciting to do. Other people think that it's literally the worst thing that could ever make you do. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is a really nice way to get textures, like reptilian textures, if you wanted to add something like that. Again, I'm making this area closer together by making my marks bigger, making them medium as I get to that center. And what this will do is it will make a blue-green visually. Once we step farther back from it, it'll be blending it in without us having to smear it to get that type of blue-green. I love it when there's 28 kids doing that sound. I really do. That sounded sarcastic. Now I'm putting some more green into this blue area. So it shows that they are mixed together. Just a little bit so I can see that nice color. All right, Scribble Loops. I want you to pick a color, any color. I'm going to pick red. And then I'm going to pick yellow. Whatevs. Cool. All right, yellow and red. Again, it looks pretty clean. This is what I mean by loops. You can do scribbles. This is another way to add texture. I'm going to make my scribbles or swirls closer to each other. It's not really squirrels. Dear God, it's not squirrels. It's kind of like when I had you guys do soft blending with your pencil. I'm just moving my pencil. This is not a pencil. What is this thing again? Oil pastel. Jeez Louise. Into loops, circles like that. Then I'm going to do that again with my other color, and you can see it blending on top of each other. It looks kind of cool. The lighting's a little off from your angle, but if I would have left more area for the yellow to show up, it would look different. It would look cooler. So it has these raised areas. There we go. There, now you can see the color. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? So it has these little boogers on it. You can see them as I sweep them away. I just lightly brush them off and then shake them onto a paper towel to get rid of them. Because if I were to smear it like this, like I would a pencil, you would get little streaks of that color. Okay, value scale feathering. So I want you to have white here and your color and the dark areas. So white's gonna go the quickest because a lot of people think that they need to press down really hard with the white and it's just gonna get eaten up, okay? White also went quicker when you're using colored pencils. Now you can peel the paper off of these. The paper is really on here for squeamish children who don't like to get their hands dirty. If you don't like to get your hands dirty and you guys already have the paper taken off, you can take a little piece of paper towel like this and wrap it around. Boom, instantly protected, right? People who have their heads down, get your heads up. This is 10 points participation for watching. Easy. We like passing art class, don't we? Yep. One kid. All right. Gonna add white on here, but you can't see it at all, right? Oops, there's a little bit of red streak in that. You can kind of see it. A little bit of blue in here. Wow. It could be from what's on my hand. This might frustrate people a lot, but I think it's a happy accident, right, Bob Ross? Okay. Purple. That's my favorite color. A little bit of blue on it. So I'm going to start adding color about here. So I can press down harder. And if I press down lighter, it's still going to be a lot lighter of a violet. So I'm doing the feathering in a way just by drawing lines, making it look like an ombre effect of feathering. And I am going to add black to this. I have to be careful that my black doesn't get into this area over here, because it will create a muted gray violet, and if you want that, that's great, but hey, it's probably not the best idea if you don't want that. I'm going to go back over it with the white, and this is why it goes away a lot quicker, because you usually make a couple layers. When I smear it with my hands, I also have to make sure that that color is not on my fingers, because I have ruined a lot of things with that. But if you guys mess up, you can take your nail or a paper clip and you can scratch away that color if you don't like it, and it will be removed. So I had to switch fingers because I knew that this one already had a lot of violet on it, and I want this area to stay whiter, so I was pushing the color that way. That looks really beautiful. Oh my god. This black one hardly gets used because it flattens out colors, it makes some areas look muted. I usually save it for the end, and this is the end of this little project right here. And then I will have you guys draw some examples for what you want to do for your project. So I could just start off with going this way if I want to get a nice crisp edge. I am pressing down lighter because I don't want that part to be incredibly darkened. Since there's enough dark on there, I should be good. Hi, Cameron. Oops, that's on YouTube now. So it blends pretty nicely. I just have to fix this area up. And I was wiping it on my paper towel to make sure that I don't get in this color here.
Does this all go on YouTube?
Yes, it all goes on YouTube, even that little comment you just made. So I'm wiping my colors that way. Oops, see how I got the black in that area? I didn't want... Watch this. I removed it. It's scratching. You can only do this trick a couple times on an area before it gives up. I just won't allow it anymore. Then I can go back over it with white. All right, that's what I want you guys to do for today. Please don't forget to write your name on it. Mrs. Bill. All right, what I really want to do,